Good morning, students. Today class we are going to discussing about moment generating function, the second type under functions of random variables are a functions for moments. In that the second type is moment generating function. The moment generating function we are defining, it is a expectation value of function e power vx. E power vx. Here you can able to define the moment generating function for a random variable, can able to apply the expectation on a function of e power vx. E power vx, you can calling that it is a moment generating function. Here the notation of moment generating function is m. Here you can take in that is a capital M. Capital M x of v is equal to the expectation value of e power vx. E power vx. This function we are writing for a continuous random variable as well as for discrete random variable. Here I am writing for discrete random variable. Discrete random variable, the moment generating function is mx of v is equal to, here you can representing the discrete, that's why you can take in the summation. The summation I is equal to 1 to n. The function is we are replacing the exposition with e power vx. E power vx suffix I into probability of xi. Probability of xi. This is a function for one discrete random variable moment generating function. Similarly, you can see the continuous random variable. In case of continuous random variable, the moment generating function is mx of v is equal to, here you can saying that is a continuous, that's why you can replace the summation quantity with integration. That one is integral minus infinite to plus infinite. The exposition is replacing with e power vx into density function fx of x into dx. Fx of x into dx. These two are representing the moment generating function under discrete random variable, and the second one is the moment generating function under continuous random variable. Now you can see that the nth moment of a moment generating function, already we are seeing that the nth moment of a characteristic function is m suffix n is equal to minus j whole power n d power n d omega power n is a characteristic function, is a pi x of omega at omega is equal to 0. Here we are saying that moment generating function. For this, the nth moment we are writing the small m suffix n is equal to, here in this function we are not consider the imaginary value, that's why I can writing the nth moment is d power n divided by dv power n. The function is we are representing with capital M x of v at v is equal to 0. V is equal to 0. This equation can representing the nth moment of moment generating function. Here based on the n value you can able to finding the moments of the moment generating function. Suppose we can keep the value of n is equal to 0. N is equal to 0, we can able to obtain the zeroth moment of a moment generating function. Here you can able to finding m0 is equal to d power 0 and dv power 0 the mx of v at v is equal to 0 is equal to 0. That means we are not consider the differentiation. Not consider the differentiation. Why? We can consider the power is zeros. That's why we not consider the differentiation on this moment generating function. Just you can keep the value of v is equal to 0 in this moment generating function. See one example. The mx of v is a function of the 1 divided by 1 plus 2v. 1 plus 2v. For this function, the zeroth moment is m0 is equal to, what is the function we are having? Is the mx of v at v is equal to 0. V is equal to 0. In this equation, you can keep the value of v is 0. Then you can writing the equation is 1 plus 2 into 0. The value is 1 divided by 1. The value is 1. 1 for a zeroth moment. Suppose you need to take the first moment. The first moment is d by dv. Here 1 is indicating the power of d as well as the power of dv. And then you can representing the function is mx of v at v is equal to 0. V is equal to 0. In this relation, we can apply the differentiation on mv function. Mv function is a moment generating function. That's you can able to applying the differentiation is a d divided by dv of the function is 1 divided by 1 plus 2v. 1 plus 2v at v is equal to 0. At v is equal to 0. For this, you can able to apply the differentiation on this equation. That's why here I am writing the number is 1 plus 2v whole power minus 1 at v is equal to 0. V is equal to 0. Here this function is just like x power n. Based on that formula, you can able to writing the minus 1 is a 1 plus 2v whole power minus 2 whole power minus 2, and then you can also applying the differentiation on 2v. What is the quantity we are obtaining? It's a 2. The value is a 2. Why? We are applying the differentiation on v with respect to v. V both are cancelled. We are only having the 2 value. Then you can keep the value v is equal to 0 in this one. Now I am substituting the v is equal to 0 in this one. The value can be changing. The minus 1 into minus 1 into 2, the quantity is minus 2. Here 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0, totally the value is minus 2. Based on the n value, you can able to finding the moments of moment generating function. Here you can see once again the moment generating function we are able to defining. It is a expectation value of e power vx. Here defining that the moment generating function is expected value of e power vx. It is denoting with capital M suffix x of v. This moment generating function you can able to writing for discrete random variable as well as continuous random variable. In case of discrete random variable, we can using the summation. The summation is I is equal to 1 to n. The exposition we are replacing with e power vx. That quantity I am representing on this summation is a e power vx into probability of xi. Coming to the continuous random variable, we can replace the summation value with integration. That one is integral minus infinite to plus infinite e power vx into fx of x into dx. It's just the modification is just you can replace the summation quantity with integration. Is only the change. then you can see that the nth moment of moment generating function, already we are saying that the nth moment of characteristic function. In characteristic function, only the difference is the imaginary quantity have to mentioning in the power of exponential. But in this one, we are not consider the imaginary part. We are only treating the what is the real value we are having in power of exponential. Here we can able to define the nth moments by using this formula. After that, we can able to find the zeroth moment. We can consider the n value 0. Can keep the n value 0 in this equation. We are able to applying the zeroth moment of moment generating function. Here I am taking one example for that. The moment generating function is 1 divided by 1 plus 2v. For this equation, I can able to finding the zeroth moment. Here I can find the zeroth moment, just I can keep the n value 0 in this relation, then I will obtain the quantities d power 0 and dv power 0 into the moment generating function at v is equal to 0. For this, the differentiation quantity will be eliminated. Why? The power of d power 0 is indicating the value is a 1. Based on that property, we are eliminating this differentiation. We are only having the differentiation without differentiation of moment generating function. In that function, I have to keep the v value is 0. Then I can finally got the value of m naught. This can representing the first moment for this moment generating function. Coming to the next one. The next one is we are able to finding the first moment of a moment generating function. We can keep the value of n is equal to 1 in that moment generating function equation. That one is the nth moment generation function. For this, I have to keep the n value is 1. But after using this one, you can writing that differentiation quantities in that moment generating function. Then you can simplify this entire values. We are obtaining the minus 2 quantity. When after asking the problems in this model, just you can remember this formula and you can able to simplify those problems. Coming to the properties of moment generating function. What are the properties we are having for a moment generating function? Moment generating function properties. Here in this one also we are having the similar properties. What are the properties we are discussing under characteristic function? The same properties repeated here, but the function is changing only the exponential term. The first property is the moment generating function is having the value is 1 at v is equal to 0. The moment generating function is mx of v is having the values unity at v is equal to 0. You can prove this property. You can take in the fundamental definition of moment generating function. That one is the mx of v is equal to expectation of e power vx. E power vx. In this relation, we are keep the v value is 0. Value is 0. Then you can representing the expectation of e power 0 into x. This quantity we are representing with e of e power 0. That is equal to e power 0 means the quantity is 1. The expectation of a constant, the value is also be constant. That's why we can writing the 1. This is the first property under moment generating function. Coming to the second property. In second property, we are able to apply this moment generating function on linear equation. Here I am taking that the linear equation is y is equal to ax plus b, ax plus b. Here I am writing the moment generating function is my of v, my of v is equal to e power is a v b into the moment generating function is mx of v, mx of v. Proving this property, you can able to take in that the same thing. What is the fundamental definition of moment generating function? You can also consider here that one is mx of v is equal to the same formula you can writing here, expectation of e power vx, e power vx. In this relation we can replace the x value with ax plus b, x plus b. Now I am replacing x with y is my of v is equal to expectation of e power v y. Then you can keep the value of y in this relation, the expectation of e power v into ax plus b, ax plus b. Then you can split these values for exponential terms. You can splitting these two values ax and b in terms of exponential, then it will be changing expectation of e power v into ax, into e power v into b, e power v into b. In this one, a b both are constants, you can apply this expectation on these two values. This term is representing the constant value. The reason is v's and b both are constants, only the variable parameter is x, that's why we can move this term before the expectation, suppose you can able to apply the expectation on this constant, we're also getting the constant. Based on that rule, we can writing this term before the expectation, that is e power vb into expectation of e power vax. This function, the e power vax, we are writing in terms of moment generating function. What are the terms we are having here? Except a, the remaining functionality is similar to moment generating function. That's why here I am writing is mx of v, What is the remaining quantity here? Just we are having the ax. We can keep this a value in a bottom. Here you can see this in this property also, you can writing here a, the x of v. Why? Because the quantity is having the v into x, except v, the remaining quantity you can writing the bottom of m, Coming to the third property. The third property is we can able to apply the x is a constant and variable, we are also getting the same quantity of this. That's why you can take in that next property is mx of cv, For this property, we can able to apply the mx of cv is equal to expectation of e power, the v is replacing with cv, the normal value is x, For this function you are writing except vx, the additional term is c, You can rearranging these terms e power v into cx, This term you can writing is m of v Here the x position we are changing with cx. Changing with cx, you can writing cx. The functional we are writing is mcx of v. mcx of v. This is another property in moment generating function. Coming to the next property in a moment generating function is x1 comma x2. x1 comma x2 are independent random variables. Its moment generating function is the individual product of their moment generating functions. This one is we are obtaining is m x1 plus x2 of v is equal to m x1 of v into m x2 of v. Can obtain this one, you can consider the basic definition of moment generating function. Here I am writing the moment generating function. Basic definition is mx of v is equal to expectation of e power vx. Here in the position of x, I am consider the quantity of x1 plus x2. Now you can consider x is equal to x1 plus x2 in above equation. Then you can writing the moment generating function is mx1 plus x2 of v is equal to expectation of e power v into x1 plus x2. Then you can split this exponential for these two terms. Then you can writing the expectation of e power vx1 plus vx2. Then you can writing this exponential term, it is a individuals. How to writing this? Whenever the bases are equal, we can adding the powers. Based on the formula, you can able to splitting these two terms, the powers of exponential. That's why here I am writing the exponential of the expectation of e power vx1 into the exponential of power vx2. Here you can consider the condition is x1 x2 both are independent. Based on that property, you can able to apply the expectation individually each and every term. E power vx1 into expectation of e power vx2. Now you can writing its equivalent value is here the equivalent value is m x1 of v into here m x2 of v. This is the fourth property under moment generating function. Now you can see one example problem on moment generating function. Here I am writing the one example is find the moment generating function for uniform distribution function. Uniform distribution function in the interval of c comma d. You can see this problem, what is given is just giving the uniform distribution function. In this uniform distribution function, he is able to asking find the moment generating function. For simplifying this one, first of all, you know the uniform distribution function definition. What is the conditions we are having for that? What is the density function values? For a uniform density function, we are writing is fx of x is equal to integral. We are having the relation between density and distribution. What is the relation between density and distribution? The density is always the derivation of distribution. You can obtaining the distribution function. You can take in the integration on density function. According to definition of uniform distribution, the density function is fx of x is equal to 1 divided by b minus a. b minus a. Here the x value is varying between a and b. A less than or equal to capital X less than or equal to b. 0 for remaining conditions. 0 for remaining conditions. This is a basic definition for uniform distribution. In that the density value is this one. But here we can able to finding the moment generating function for a continuous random variable. Continuous random variable. Why I am calling this one is a continuous? It is high in the range. It is high in the range. That's why I can calling it is a continuous. It is a continuous. Now we can writing the distribution for this. We can write in the distribution, but it is not need here. The reason is we can able to finding the moment generating function. Moment generating function. For moment generating function, what is the formula we are having? Mx of v is equal to mx of v is equal to under continuous we consider minus infinite to plus infinite e power vx into fx of x into dx is the formula we are having. For this already e power vx is directly we can take in that quantity. But what about the density function? This density function we are obtaining from the definition of uniform distribution. The definition of uniform distribution. That's why we can writing the density function in terms of what is the interval he is given in this problem. Here I am writing the density function according to given data is fx of x is equal to what is the interval is given? C and D. C and D. C is a lower value, D is a higher value. That's why here I am writing the higher value is D, lower value is C, is a D minus C. This value is lying between C less than or equal to X less than or equal to D and 0 for remaining conditions. 0 for remaining conditions. But what is the limits we are having? The lower limit is a C and the higher limit is D. Now I can able to finding the moment generating function for this uniform distribution. That one is mx of v is equal to integral. In this one lower limit is C, higher limit is D into e power vx. What is the density function here? It's a 1 divided by d minus c into dx. From this, the d and c both are constants. That's why you can move this term before the integration. Just I have to move this term after integration. That's why I have to keep this word or a term I am writing in front of integration. That is a 1 divided by d minus c integral c to d e power vx into dx. Now you can able to apply the integration on exponential. and not applying the integration on exponential, the value will be exponential. Then you can applying the differentiation on the power of exponential, you can writing the denominator of exponential. Here the first term is constant, is 1 divided by d minus c. I am applying the integration on exponential, the value will be vx, and you can differentiate the power of exponential and you can write in denominator. The differentiation of vx with respect to x, the value is v, and it having the limits is c and d. C and d. The value I am writing here is a 1 divided by d minus c into what is the higher limit? The v is a constant, that's why I am writing d minus c into v e power. The first value is higher limit is v into d minus the lower limit is e power v into c. Finally, you can represent in this quantity. Here I am writing here e power v d minus e power v c whole divided by v into d minus c. D minus c. This quantity is representing the moment generating function for uniform distribution. He is asking in simple way, but you can do that when I have to remember the distribution function density. Otherwise you can't do this. When I have to have some idea about uniform distribution, we can easily simplify and obtain the moment generating function. Coming to the next problem, the next one is find the mean and variance of uniform distribution function. Uniform distribution. He is given just is asking that is find the mean and variance of uniform distribution. In this problem also is just representing the uniform distribution function. According to uniform, what you know that we just know the definition of uniform distribution. In that category, we are writing the density function of uniform is fx of x is equal to 1 divided by b minus a. 1 divided by b minus a. In this, b is a higher limit, a is a lower limit. That's why a is lying between a is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to b. And the remaining thing, the value is 0. This is a definition for uniform distribution density function. Under uniform, we are having the density function quantity. In this problem, what he is asking? He is asking that able to find the mean value and variance, but he is not giving any intervals. For that, I am taking the two limits. The lower limit is a x1, higher limit is a x2. For these values, the density function for uniform or a uniform density function is fx of x is equal to, in this one higher limit is x2, the 1 divided by x2 minus x1. For these values, the x is varying between x1 and x2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to x2. The remaining values, the quantity is 0. For these values, you can able to find mean. Here we are writing the distribution in a continuous. Why? Already we are having some information about uniform. Under continuous random variable case, the example of distribution density is one method. The one method is uniform. One method is uniform density and distribution. That's why we can take in that the continuous random variable formulas. Here you can able to finding the mean value. What is the formula for mean? The mean is equal to expectation of x. Expectation of x is equal to integral minus infinite to plus infinite x into fx of x into dx. Fx of x into dx. In this formula we can changing the limits. The limits are x1 and x2. Lower limit is x1, higher limit is x2. Now we can replace in those limits. Integral x1, x2, x is a normal value and you can replace in the density function. The density function is 1 divided by x2 minus x1. Why I am considering these quantities? He is not given any interval. If he is given the interval, we can take that the particular interval. Otherwise, you can consider your own interval. Here I am considering the interval is x1 and x2. Based on that, I have to got the density function is 1 divided by x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1 into dx. Here the integration is done with respect to x. What are the terms is behind the x? Those are variables. Remaining all are constants. That's why I can moving this term before the integration. That's why I'm moving this term to in front of the integration. That is 1 divided by x2 minus x1 integral x1 x2 x into dx. Now you can applying the integration on x. You can obtain in the quantities. Already the constant term is 1 divided by x2 minus x1. After applying the integration, you can writing x square by 2. X square by 2. The limits are x1, x2. x1, x2. Now you can substituting these limits in this one. You can write in the equation is 1 divided by x2 minus x1 into what is the quantity is the first one is a x2 square all around the whole by 2 x2 square minus the second limit is x1 higher limit minus lower limit. Here I am writing both limits. Is x2 square minus x1 square whole divided by 2. Then you can simplifying these quantities. You can writing is a 1 divided by x2 minus x1 into 2 in numerator. This is high in the formula of a square minus b square formula. For this you can writing a minus b into a plus b. That's why I am splitting this x2 square minus x1 square in terms of x1 is x2 minus x1 into x2 plus x1. Here you can cancelling these two values. Cancelling these two quantities. Here negative quantity, here also be negative quantity, both are cancelled. The remaining part is x1 plus x2 whole divided by 2. This can be representing the mean value of distribution, the mean value of uniform distribution function. That is m or expectation of x is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2 is the mean value. Coming to the variance, the second one is variance. Had to representing the variance is sigma x square is equal to, in terms of moments, here I am writing here m2 minus m1 square. Already we know the m1 value. This is the first moment. and you need to find the second moment. You need to find the second moment. That's why here I am writing the second moment. M2 is equal to expectation of x square. Expectation of x square is equal to integral minus infinite to plus infinite x square into the density function is fx of x into dx. Fx of x into dx. In this one already you know the fx of x value and limits of this density function. Those values you can substitute here. You can writing x1 to x2 x square into 1 divided by x2 minus x1 into dx. In this one also the term is 1 divided by x2 minus x1 is a constant. That's why you can move this term in front of integration. The 1 divided by x2 minus x1 integral x1 x2 x1 x2 x square dx. X square dx. You can apply the integration on x square. You can obtain the values x cube by 3. X cube by 3. This equation I am writing here, the 1 divided by x2 minus x1. After applying the integration, you can writing x cube divided by 3. The limits are x1 x2 x1 x2. You can substitute these limits. You can writing the above equation is 1 divided by x2 minus x1 is multiplying with 3 quantity. Next I am substituting the limits is x2 cube minus x1 cube. x2 cube minus x1 cube. We can expanding this a cube minus b cube formula. A cube minus b cube formula. It is can writing a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab plus ab. We can writing that formula. Can easy to simplifying this one. That's why I am writing this entire value. So 1 divided by x2 minus x1 whole cube in, it's not a whole cube, is a into 3. The value is x2 minus x1 into x2 square plus x1 square plus x1 into x2. x1 into x2. Already we are having this formula. Is a cube minus b cube formula is a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab. Based on that formula, I have to expanding these two terms. Here you can cancelling the numerator term and denominator term. Those are x2 minus x1. Here x2 minus x1. What is the remaining quantity? The remaining quantity is x2 square plus x1 square plus x1 x2 whole by 3. Whole by 3. This quantity is representing the second moment. The second moment. But you can able to finding the variance. You can finding variance. You can obtain the variance. You can using this formula. Variance is equal to m2 minus m1 whole square. Already we are obtaining the m1 quantity. You can using these two quantities. You can able to finding variance. I am writing the variance quantity here. Variance sigma x square is equal to m2 quantity is x2 square plus x1 square plus x1 x2 whole divided by 3 minus m1 square. What is m1 value? x1 plus x2 by 2 whole square. Here you can simplifying these quantities. You can writing the variance value is x2 square plus x1 square plus x1 x2 whole divided by 3 here minus x1 The a plus b whole square formula is x1 square plus x2 square plus 2x1 x2 2x1 x2 whole divided by 4. Here both are having the rational numbers, that's why I can take in that LCM of these two terms. The LCM of these two terms is 12. The 3 is 4 is a 12. Then you can writing the LCM is 12. Now you can multiply these entire values with 4. Then you can splitting this 4 to each and every term. You can writing the 4x2 square plus 4x1 square plus 4x1 x2. Then you can apply the negative sign to second terms and you can multiply the each and every term with 3. Those quantities are is a minus 3x1 square minus 3x2 square minus 6x1 x2 6x1 x2. In these values, if any terms are cancelled, you can cancel it, otherwise you can write in the final value. In this one, first of all, you can see what are the x1 terms and what are the x2 terms. Here x1, so minus 3x1 square, here plus 4x1 square. From these two terms, we can write in only one value, that one is x1 square. x1 square. You can see the second terms, those are here. The second term is a x2. Here x2 minus 3x2 square, here 4x2 square. The quantity is plus x2 square. And third term is x1 x2 is a 4x1 x2, here minus 6x1 x2. From these two terms you can write in minus 2 x1 x2 whole divided by 12 whole divided by 12. From this, the above values you can write in a minus b whole square formula, a minus b whole square formula. That's why I am writing this one is x1 minus x2 whole square whole divided by 12 whole divided by 12. This can be representing the variance. What we can do here, just we have to writing the uniform distribution function according to the definition. According to definition of uniform distribution, we are writing the density function is fx of x is equal to 1 divided by b minus a. It is and the interval is lower limit and higher limit. But in function, we can writing 1 divided by higher limit minus lower limit. In this limits only the value can existing. After this limits, we are not having any quantity, that's why I can representing 0 value. But what he is asking, can able to find mean value and variance. Here in this problem he is not given any intervals. Suppose he is given the interval values, you need to take those intervals. In certain problems he is giving the interval 0, 2 pi. 0, 2 pi, 0 is a lower value, 2 pi is a higher value. For that you can able to apply the density of uniform is 1 divided by 2 pi minus 0. The quantity is lying between 0 to 2 pi. The function is 1 by 2 pi. 1 by 2 pi when he is given the interval is 0, 2 pi. But in this problem he is not mentioning any interval. That's why I am taking that some different variables, those are x1 and x2. For these two variables, I can able to writing the density function of uniform. The uniform density function I am writing here is fx of x is equal to 1 divided by, in this series the higher limit is x2. I am consider x2 is a higher limit, x1 is a lower limit. Based on my assumptions, I can able to writing the density of uniform is 1 divided by x2 minus x1. The interval is x1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to x2. Within the limits only it is a high quantity. After this limits, the value is a 0. The value is a 0, that's why I am representing 0 here. First, we can able to finding the mean value. Here I am writing the mean value formula is expectation of x. Here we got doubt. The doubt about we can consider for a discrete or continuous. Already we are having some classification based on the random variable nature. The examples of density and distribution we are classifying. Under continuous random variable, the examples of density and distribution are uniform, exponential, Rayleigh and Gaussian. That means you can choose the continuous random variable expectation value formula here. That's why I'm writing the expectation of x is equal to integral minus infinite to plus infinite x into fx of x into dx. In this one, the unknown parameter is density function. Already we are defining here. Just you can replace in this quantity where fx of x is there in your formula. Just I am replacing this quantity in this one. Then we can identify the integration. The integration is done with respect to x. Except x terms, those are treating as a constant values. In this one, this term is treating as a constant, that's why I am writing this term in front of integration. Then what is the remaining values? Only x. I am applying the integration on x, that value I am writing here. After applying the integration for x, we can write in the quantities x square by 2. X square by 2, it's having the limits. Lower limit is x1, higher limit is a x2. Based on their limitations, we can substitute the higher limit minus lower limit. Higher limit minus lower limit. Then you can obtaining 1 divided by x2 minus x1 into this quantity. Here, this term is having in the form of a square minus b square format. That's why I am expanding this one according to a minus b into a plus b. Here I am writing the formula a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b. Minus b into a plus b. According to that, I am expanding this series as a minus b into a plus b. In this one, these two terms are cancelled. The remaining term I am writing here. That one is representing the expectation value or a first moment of random variable. That is x1 plus x2 divided by 2. What is the second point? In this one, you can able to find variance. You can find in the variance, we must know that what is the relation between moments and variance. That one is sigma x square is equal to m2 minus m1 square. By using this property, you can able to finding the variance. In this one, the unknown parameter is already m1 is defined. In point 1, m2 is required. For this m2 value, I can able to take in the formula of second moment. The second moment formula is m2 is equal to expectation of x square. Here you can choose the continuous random variable formula. For continuous random variable formula, I am expanding the formula is minus infinity to plus infinity x square into fx of x into dx. In this formula, also you can replacing the density function quantity is x2 minus x1 square. Here also be same procedure. This quantity is a constant, that's why you can writing in front of integration. The remaining is x square. You can able to applying the integration on x square. The integration of x square is x cube by 3. Its limits are x1 to x2. After substituting the limits, you can obtaining this value. That one is x2 cube minus x1 cube divided by x2 minus x1 into 3. This is a quantity you are able to finding. Now we can cancelling the denominator term. We can expanding this value according to the a cube minus b cube formula. According to the a cube minus b cube formula. Based on the formula, you can writing a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab format. I am writing here. Then we can cancelling if any terms are cancelled. Here this term and this term is cancelled. The remaining term is x2 square plus x1 square plus x1 x2 divided by 3. This is the only for the second moment. But we need to find the variance. You can find in the variance, you need to consider the variance formula is m2 minus m1 square. Already m2 is defining here and m1 is already defining in 0.1. By using those two values, you can simplify these all elements. We can finally obtaining the variance is x1 minus x2 whole square divided by 12. This is the complete problem relating to uniform distribution. Uniform distribution is not giving any interval, just is asking find the mean and variance. You can do this. What is the procedure you can follow here? The same procedure you can do it.